This is July 25th, 2000. I'm at GR0060, the Yakima mine. This is also on the Salmon River breaks, kind of looking southwest, kind of down toward the Salmon River. It's down kind of in the center of the frame beyond this little low ridge right here. See some of the higher ridges off in the distance. Maybe it's a little smoky over there. You can see a few peaks back there. The mine itself is just back to the east of me here, a little ways southeast of me. I'm at the end of the access road. This is where there's a couple of cabins. See a nice rock retaining wall here that was built. And then this cabin right here is about 12 feet by 24 feet. It's actually in pretty good shape. Just the pack rats have pretty well stripped the inside. And see there's a couple of notices out here. And if we look in, you can just see it's in pretty bad condition, mostly because of the pack rats. A couple room structure. Then actually behind this there is another little shed, and then just behind that about 50 feet is an outhouse. Little bit of scrap metal lying around. And just to the east here, this is kind of the access road. You can see another cabin down here. Little bit of old hose lying here. This cabin's a little smaller. I don't know if it was the living quarters or just a kind of a storage shed. It's got corrugated sheet metal on the sides, on the bottom part anyway, and nice old boards up top. And again, it's got a notice on the other side of it. This trail then goes back around to the mine working. The adit is caved. It's shown on the topographic map as an adit. It's caved, and it appears as though there might have been a small mill there. So I'll go back over there and we'll take a look at that. Well, this is over at the site that is marked as an adit on the map. You can see this log cribbing up here. The access road comes in right above there, right by that big rock that's on top. As I come down, you can see there's lots more scrap metal and timbers and boards and things. And these continue on down below here. I really don't know quite what this was. I don't see any evidence of any stamp mill parts. It sure looks like it was built sort of like a mill was. It's possible that there was an adit here. They really can't tell from anything here. There's just a little bit of a kind of an old access trail that comes in right here and more or less goes up to the road, although the road looks a little later than this old access down here. There's not much of a dump. Some of the material above up here is kind of built out along the road. The road's a little wider right where there's a scarp, but I'll go up and show you the scarp, and that I think is where the caved adit was, and then we'll kind of look back down over here. But a little difficult to tell exactly what was going on here. In any case, wherever the adit was, why it's completely caved. Well, this is up on the access road that comes in, and this is that cribbing that we could see from down below. I step out over here on the edge. I was just right down on those rocks down there, and again you can see some of the timbers and things that are down below there, and then sheet metal goes on down the gully a little ways. Down behind me, on the kind of the east side of the access road, is this large scarp on the slope. And as best I can tell, this is where the adit should have been. Really, you can see that it's a little wider here, but that's really the only indication of a waste dump. So it either wasn't very extensive, it wasn't really an adit, or maybe this isn't where it was. In any case, this is completely sloughed. There's a little trail that goes up here, so I'm going to go up and see if there's anything to be seen up there. This is looking down on the access road. The cribbing that we were looking at is right there. I'm up above that scarp we're looking at, and there is another kind of a big slump up here on the slope. You can see it's a big scalloped out area in the granite. It's pretty well weathered granite. Don't really see too much else. It looks like there's sort of another little pit right at the base of this big granite outcrop, and then a little pit off to the side just right up over here, but very, very minor. So I presume this was the adit, and it's just completely caved. The trail is over here to this side that I was looking up, and it doesn't really seem to go anywhere. May have been an old access in here, for that matter, a horse trail or something, but or it may go up to some other minor prospect pits. In any case, that's about all there is to show here, so we'll just head on out.